Hi folks, I'm the Bald Guy, and these are Bald Guy Basics. Still getting ready for spring activities, and one of those things is not only getting your equipment ready, but getting your grass ready, your property ready. Around me, I've commented a number of times how many pine trees I've got. I've also got two really large hickory nut trees and a even larger pin oak tree. With these hardwoods, I get a lot of acidic additives into the soil on top of the stuff I get with the pine trees. And then up front, I've got a variety of trees. So every year I have to choose what am I going to do to take care of my grass itself. Grass requires annual maintenance. Yeah, you can just let your grass grow every year, but you'll watch it get thinner. You'll watch it get poorer overall. So one of the things I've done is, if you look behind my mower there, I got a pull behind broadcast spreader. Now you can go to the department stores, the Walmarts and places like that, and get a little spreader that will barely hold a 20-pound bag of spread. This is a little bit bigger. It's an AgriFab, and I can hold 3 full bags of fertilizer or 3 bags of whatever else. But I was talking to one of my friends who's a cattleman, and of course they have to deal with pastures every year, and he said, look, you can put fertilizer on your land or you can put lime on your land, and a lot of people try to do both, but he said it's really, if you've got to make a choice, it's really important that you make the right choice. And he said if you can only do one, of fertilizer or lime, do lime. Now I'm not talking about treating the soil here as much as I am feeding the grass. Lime tends to give grass a long-term feed. Fertilizer tends to give it a short-term feed. So each spring, as soon as I've already mowed once or twice now, mowed limited areas once, mowed the whole thing with just one little exception twice. And it's time now for me to put lime down. And what I get down the street here at our local, we got a country store and they carry a lot of other items. I get pelletized lime rather than the powdered lime, the hydrated lime. And the reason I do that is simple. It spreads easily. So if you want to keep a much greener lawn that will be a deeper, more luxuriant looking green, I highly recommend that you get some pelletized lime and spread it. Here's one. out of camera sight here. Here's 2. Let me see what these are 40-pound bags, by the way. So there's 80 pounds. Yeah, I know I'm out of the camera. But heck, you've seen me before. Man, here's 120 pounds. And I'm not going to make a video of me driving around the yard. I've done that kind of thing before, and the novelty of it gets gone pretty quickly. But simply be aware of how wide your broadcast pattern is. The fact that I do this each year means I don't have to, you know, some years, this year I bought 6 bags. And I will do more of, we have the lot that the house is on this side, and we have the extra lot over here. I don't put as much over there because I don't really fancy trying to fight the pine needles and the pine cones in the middle of it up there. So up along the road I'll put some there, but basically around this side of the yard I'll put this down. It's supposed to rain later this evening, so this is the perfect time to get it to melt. And what I guess I take some pride in this, within just in the next week you will see a remarkable difference in the depth of color, or the depth of the green that I get in my lawn as compared to my neighbors. So another thing you need to do each year is get you some grass seed, and continually, if you have spots that are thin, you need to seed each and every year. Now, this is really important. Don't take my word for it. If you go to like a Lowe's Hardware, a Lowe's Home Improvement, whatever they call themselves now, along with all the other big box stores, if you're going to buy grass seed, look at the bottom. Now, this is not grass seed, but look at the bottom and see the percentage of grass seed. You know, we buy plants from Lowe's a lot of times because they have a great garden center. But I went to buy grass year before last there, and I realized I could not find a bag of, they'll give you these bags of, they'll call it all-in-one. It's fertilize and seed and something I forgot, a binder is what it is, to help hold the moisture in, it says, so that you'll get better seeding. Here's the reality you're dealing with. You're getting 48% plus or minus, depending on the brand, grass or less. So when you're paying $65 and $70 and $75 for a single bag of this stuff, and not even half of it is grass, I say you're wasting some money. I will find a true, an independently owned, usually a nursery type place where you can buy trees as well as other garden things, and I find that I can get pure grass seed there. So for the same money, I can get double the weight of seed, and I've got part of a bag still in there from last year that I'll be able to go over my spots with. So seed every year, especially in areas you want to be luxuriant. I do it in front of the house, and then I pick the bare spots, usually in the front of the yard, and try to work in a little extra grass seed each year, and you'll have a better yard. So pelletized lime with a spreader make your life a lot easier. I can do this. It will take me less than 5 minutes to spread this 120 pounds, and I've got 120 more in the truck. So I'll spend 120 pounds up front, take 4 or 5 minutes, come back here, reload, and then probably do thinner back here because it's not as visible, and I will reap the benefit not only this year but next year as well. This spring my grass is greener than the neighbors. My grass came out quicker than the neighbors because I feed it year after year. So it's a good way for you to do that. If you have a smaller yard, take smaller quantities. Now I will say this, with my mother's yard, my mom can't do this stuff herself. She's in her 90s, and so she pays a landscaper to take care of her yard. Because it was so prohibitively expensive, she needed more than just grass seed. She needed more than just fertilizer. She needed both. I did go to a nursery area or a farm supply place there where Mom lives, and I bought some of that stuff and got really good results in it. But I just tell you, I'm a little suspicious of what I get in those big box stores when you find that, you know, you got 39 or 48% grass seed and 20-some% fertilizer, and the rest is binding material. It's called dirt. So I bought some stuff last year from Mom's yard that had less dirt and binding material, and it was a mixture of weed killer, grass seed, and fertilizer, and it actually did very well. So there are options out there, but this works well for me. So tell me how you're doing in your yard. Leave them in the comments below. I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll share these with others. Hit the like button. It helps our channel. I'm the Bald Guy. See you next time.